Community Viewpoint.
And welcome once again to another segment of Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host for this segment, and this segment we have with us this week Brian Brown, who is the owner of China Ranch Date Farm. Now, when you think of date farm, you may think of someplace to meet it's a couple's place. Well, no, that's not what it is. It's an actual date palm farm.
Right.
And that's an old joke, I'm sorry. But here's Brian Brown. And he's been down there raising dates for how long?
1979, whatever that works out to. 40-some years or 30 years.
What were you thinking of?
Well,
you're from the area, though, your family.
Yeah, I've been in the area. My family's been in the region since 1903, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had the opportunity to go down there as a young man, the challenge was, how do you make a living at a place like China Ranch? It's a beautiful, spectacular place, but it's a very tough environment. Historically, it's been a cattle farm and cattle ranch. Thus, it's ranch. China Ranch, it was many attempts at raising cattle and hay and that kind of stuff. And it looks, from what I can tell from the historical record, that most people, after several years, got discouraged or went broke and just moved on.
No.
So when we moved there, and my wife and I, in 1979, the challenge was, how do you make a living in this beautiful place? And we both took outside jobs and began raising a family and such. But eventually we hit upon dates. There was a little cluster of about 80 to 90 old date palm trees that no one had ever tended. So we spent a couple years cleaning those out and learning about dates, educating ourselves about date culture. We went down to Yuma and to the Coachella Valley and visiting the ag agents and date farmers down there, as well as at that time they were still raising dates at Furnace Creek in Death Valley.
Okay.
That was an active grove. It no longer is.
If you would like to show them what the dates look like.
Yeah, and so, well, that's China Ranch. If you haven't been there, it's 45 miles from Pahrump. It's near Tacoma, California. So take 372 west, take a left, and then take another left toward Tacoma and look for the yellow signs. That's from the hillside in back of our house. There's a sign. But it's we call it the Hidden Oasis, and it truly is.
Yes.
It's down in a canyon. You'll never find it by looking around up above. That's a nice wintertime shot. There's actually snow in the mountains in that one. But we have about 25 acres of date palms, about 1,500 trees altogether, which we are actively farming. We're just about to start into the harvest season right now.
This is September?
This is September. Labor Day weekend, we might have a few fresh ones out there already. The good news is the temperature's dropping right now. It's only 100 over there today. Tomorrow it's supposed to be under 100 for the first time in who knows how long.
Right.
And then evenings are cooling, so it's a good time to come and visit. There's some of our products there. But not only do we grow about 15 different varieties of dates that you won't see other places. We deliberately made an effort to go find some old world varieties of dates that the industry in general has given up on. Mm-hmm. They're more difficult to handle, but they're soft and the taste is just out of this world.
Right.
So they're very good.
I've never had one before, so
Yeah.
I came there when you were separating them or cleaning them.
Yeah.
And you offered me one, and it was very tasty, very sweet.
Yeah, and people are always asking if we candy them or do something, and we don't.
No.
We shake them off the trees, we wash them and put them in bags or boxes and sell them. So it's very good. It's healthy fruit for you, full of potassium, a lot of fiber, a lot of natural sugar, a lot of minerals. Mm-hmm. The date palms are very tough. They'll grow in this harsh climate, salty water, poor soil. They'll grow in Pahrump also. We do sell the trees as well as the fruit. So last year we harvested, we brought in just under 50,000 pounds of fruit. And that all has to be hand sorted, graded, washed, boxed. So it's labor intensive. So our dates, we charge a bit more for them, but they taste better. Mm-hmm. And so that's the trade-off. And we also make date bread and cookies and muffins.
Oh my God.
And our signature specialty are date shakes. Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So there's a shot there, some of our bakery goods. And we have a gift shop and bakery. You can come and browse and shop. If you like to hike, we have wonderful hiking trails that go out in all directions around the ranch. We're surrounded by some gorgeous public land, including the nationally designated Amargosa Wild and Scenic River. And although people seem to think that's a joke sometimes, if you look at that shot, there's a lot of water.
Yeah, there's a canyon over there that's just utterly
If you're willing to walk a
fantastic.
mile, you can see some beautiful, beautiful stuff. And the Amargosa below China Ranch is permanently flowing water. That's the special federal designation. It's a very special place, an important ecological niche. We have endangered species of plants and animals and things that live there or who come there to breed and raise their young and then go back to Central America in the case of some birds. It's a very special place. We unlike, I think unlike a lot of landowners in the American West, we work cooperatively with the Bureau of Land Management, and we're surrounded by their land. And they've been very good neighbors.
Yes.
I mean, we're on the same page in terms of our vision for not only for the public land, but for China Ranch itself. We are committed to preserving the ecological values of the ranch. We operate under what's called a conservation easement agreement with the Nature Conservancy, which is the largest conservation group in the world. And so we have assured that in perpetuity, China Ranch will always be a whole piece of property. It will never be subdivided, and it will always be a working ranch or farm. It won't become a trailer park or a golf course or anything like that, because we need these special places. We do need to save them. So the China Ranch plus the Amargosa Wild and Scenic River make a very nice ecological, biological community there.
And I remember at least one time, more than one time, you've had the movie set down there.
Yeah.
And that one movie that was big time, even though it was a small shot,
Right.
Sum of All Fears.
Sum of All Fears in summer of 2001, coincidentally, before 9/11. It was actually one of those movies that they held the release of it because when 9/11 happened, the plot of the movie had to do with terrorists getting an atom bomb and blowing up Baltimore, based on a Tom Clancy novel, and then Ben Affleck comes in and saves the world. So,
yes.
right.
And then he became
Who knew
Batman?
that Ben was immune to radiation? You know, you learn all sorts of things on movies.
I remember you worked with BLM over there because there was some disturbance of the land, and it was a good job for BLM. They just have to make sure you put everything back the way it was. Not you, but the film crew.
Yeah, exactly. And so, so you can get over those kinds of hurdles. But anyway, so the ranch, we're heading into our harvest season. The weather's cooling. It's a great time to come for a visit. This weekend, also our signature, if I can get a plug in for our date milkshakes, that's kind of our signature product. They're pretty tasty. We sell thousands of them.
Yes.
And you can come to the ranch. If you want to just hang out and relax in the gift shop, you can do that. If you want to do some hiking and walk around, you can do that. You can walk in the date grove. Lots and lots of photo ops. You'll most likely see coyotes and falcons and quail and rabbits and all sorts of the normal assortment of desert wildlife that you would expect to see.
A little bit of turkey vultures. Are they there
this
time?
Yeah, this time of year, in the morning and evening. It's kind of a nice ritual. We have every night 50 to 100 turkey vultures that come and roost in the tallest date palms, and it's a nice, they lazily circle down and down and down, and then in the mornings they sit on the hillside of the road coming in and dry themselves, vulching we call it, hang their wings out like this, and you might see, as you drive in, you'll be greeted by 30 or 40
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's you're welcome, Just don't stand still for too long. So. But yeah, it's a very interesting place, and kids are welcome, pets on leashes are welcome, kids on leashes are
They're welcome too.
Right, that also.
Yes.
But it's a nice day trip from Pahrump. It's about a 45-minute drive, so it's an easy drive.
Yeah, especially when the weather's getting a little bit cooler now. And, and you can go either way. You can go down to the, on 160 towards Las Vegas, make a right-hand turn on the Tacoma Highway, which turns into the old Spanish Trail when you cross the border. And there's one of those yellow signs there also.
No, not anymore.
That's gone?
PLM made us remove it.
Oh, okay.
But or it's a little bit shorter to go through Shoshone and Tacoma. About 5 miles shorter, actually, if you want it.
I checked that out. I checked that out.
I suppose it depends on where you start from in Pahrump Valley.
And how fast you go down the Spanish Trail.
Then you can go through Tacoma, and you can. A little plug for the museum in Shoshone. We've got a nice little museum. If you're making a day trip out of it in the town of Shoshone, that's worth a look. In Tacoma, if you like the hot springs, you can use those. We now have a couple of restaurants, a pizzeria, believe it or not, and another restaurant, the Bistro. So it's in a little kind of art gallery in Tacoma that's intermittently open.
Amy's Place, yeah.
Yeah, at Amy's, Tacoma Hot Springs Resort. So it's an interesting area. It's and again, it's a tough place to make a living, but we're doing what we can to make sure that we continue to survive and to be communities. The mining is our history, and we celebrate it. But the truth is that it's history. It's gone, and it's most likely not coming back.
And on the back road over there behind your place, are any of the mines operating?
No, I don't believe so anymore.
Because they don't maintain that road around the.
Yeah, they don't really
immigrant-
maintain it, and you know, we get a lot of recreational folk coming up from the Dumont sand dunes
Yeah.
on those back roads and
Yeah.
whatnot. But yeah, the mining, I'm afraid, unless something drastic happens, unless there's a worldwide talc shortage, which is unlikely.
And talc is not good for you either.
Yeah,
so.
well, it depends on what you do with it, but you don't want to breathe it. That's for sure.
Definitely. But yeah, so there's plenty to do out in the Tecopa area, the Shoshone area. So this is a good time of the year to go out there. And you're open Monday through
We're open
every day of the week.
Monday through Monday.
Not Christmas, right?
9 to 5, not Christmas Day.
Right.
So other than that, yeah, we're open. So please come on down.
Do we have your phone number down there too, or no?
It is
760-852.
4415, and our ChinaRanch.com is our website. You can find us there, and all of that information.
I can order dates.
You betcha. We have a web store. You can order dates. We just shipped a tree recently to somebody in Central California, package it up, and send them a little date palm tree. So we'll work with folks, and we're pretty shameless. If we can sell it, we will. So we can.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, you have honey down there and all other.
Yeah, we have honey. We have a jar, preserves and condiments and all that kind of stuff, and a nice selection of sort of Southwest style gifts and antiques and that kind of stuff. It's a fun little visit.
So I want to thank you, Brian Brown, for stopping by and sharing this small time with us. And if you're going through Shoshone, it's what's the name of the highway? Charles Brown Highway?
Yeah, right,
So,
right, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll know you're getting close if you're on the Charles Brown Highway.
Right.
So 852-4415-760. We're just about out of time right now. And I want to post this message to you as we're leaving. This is important for all the members of Valley Electric. There's something important coming up. You'll see this in your Rural Light magazine, and you'll see it in the newspapers. So please read that. It's important. It's something that's coming up. Important vote for us. You'll know what it is when you see it. So I want to thank you for joining us. Thank you,
Sure,
Brian.
John. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next week.
Community Viewpoint.